97, Spinning Hill 97, Make Mine Magic 97. The full market now on a very interesting race. The Theo Mark, Shogun Lodge, age 70, 72 normal practice, 100.
Second elect is number 6, and that's Make Mine Magic. The grey from the Gold Coast, $5.90. And Mine Magic between Restless Wide, Spinning Hill cluttered away, and then Altiro, Knickerbocker Kid from Belle de Jour, Wonder Higher, Final Fantasy, Make Me a Miracle, and then Crawl on the Fence. Second last is Shogun Lodge, and 2 lengths to normal practice. Coming up to the bend, 500 out, and the Theo Marks, and Matter of Honour, the Nova Castrian, a length and a half clear on adamantly for Wadi, the rails from Belle de Jour. Spinning Hill almost into the clear, Make Mine Magic holding her in though, and then Altiro and Knickerbocker Kid from Shogun Lodge, Crawl and Higher. Matter of Honour in front, 200 metres to go. Belle de Jour getting the inside run for Wadi, Make Mine Magic, and Shogun Lodge is seeing daylight. Here's a go. Shogun Lodge through the middle. Oh, super. Shogun Lodge beat for Wadi, Belle de Jour not far away, Crawl with Spin almost into the clear, Make Mine Magic holding her in though, and then Altiro and Knickerbocker Kid from Shogun Lodge, Crawl and Higher. Matter of Honour in front, 200 metres to go. Belle de Jour getting the inside run for Wadi, Make Mine Magic, and Shogun Lodge is seeing daylight. Here's a go. Shogun Lodge through the middle. Oh, super. Shogun Lodge beat for Wadi, Belle de Jour not far away, Crawl with Spinning Hill unlucky, and then came Higher, Make Mine Magic, further off Knickerbocker Kid. Matter of Honour pulled on. Practice was last. Well, that's what a quality horse will do. 13.
That's sensational. Absolutely. Great ride, but that's the way the horse has to be ridden. He's got the fastest furlong of any horse in this country. As long as he keeps riding him quiet.
Okay, good on you, Bob.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay.
Well, one produces those sort of phenomenal finishes that he's probably not many horses that are capable of doing what he does.
57, a small but select field in the John F. Feehan Stakes.
Right, John, the first meeting of these 2 great horses, the Champion Sunline and the West Australian Star Northerly. They've drawn alongside one another, and there has been support at longer odds for Sir Clive. Could we get the match race that was spoken of earlier in the week before Northerly turned in a poor track get up here on Tuesday? By about a length here to Brave Chief second and Sunline on the inside third. Northerly's moved up outside her now within a half length of Sunline, and Sir Clive came wider. Then came Matriculate, Weasel Will and Ekalaka 2 lengths away. 8 or 9 lengths would cover the field. Walk on Ice by 2 lengths. Sunline, Brave Chief gone, and Sunline can come out after Walk on Ice now. There's Sir Clive let loose quickly, and it's gone up on the outside of Northerly, and then Weasel Will picking up ground, but Charles hit the button and Sunline responded and sprinted to the lead. Sir Clive goes with her, he's a length away. 3 lengths then to Northerly and Weasel Will. Sunline is given full bore and she accelerates magnificently. The champion mares put 3 lengths on them into the straight. Sunline, Northerly gives chase. Then came Weasel Will, but Sunline 2 lengths in front. Northerly's answering. Sunline by a length and a quarter. Northerly's lifting. The champion West Australian lunged. Got her! Sunline has been beaten. Northerly's grabbed her right on the line. Northerly's won from Sunline. Sir Clive, I think, was third. And then Weasel Will picking up ground, but Charles hit the button and Sunline responded and sprinted to the lead. Sir Clive goes with her. He's a length away. 3 lengths then to Northerly and Weasel Will. Sunline is given full bore and she accelerates magnificently. The champion mares put 3 lengths on them into the straight. Sunline, Northerly gives chase. Then came Weasel Will, but Sunline 2 lengths in front. Northerly's answering. Sunline by a length and a quarter. Northerly's lifting. The champion West Australian lunged. Got her! Sunline has been beaten. Northerly's grabbed her right on the line. Northerly's won from Sunline. Sir Clive, I think, was third. And then Weasel Will, trailed by Matriculate and Ekalaka, Brave Chief and Walk on Ice. What a race. What a superb race.
Stay stunned, Fred Kersley.
Well, I was concerned in the run, I must tell you. I was talking about him being a bit fresh, but he looked flat in the run, and I thought, boy, he's doing it inside him and he had to go round. And I actually thought he was gone, I'll be honest with you. But, geez, I'm so proud of him.
And this is really not completely wound up. You told us before the race, Fred. How good is this horse?
I don't know, really, you know, but I am concerned. He raced flat. I mean, I actually...
Happy with him this morning. Well, he did something that no one thought possible yesterday, didn't he? He gave Sunline 5 lengths start at the home turn and gunned him.
Make Mine Magic on 83, Mr. Bureaucrat 83. Here is the market, and Shogun Lodge $1.80 and entitled to be. Georgie Boy, 27, make...
Side is Mr. Bureaucrat, and Boss is about to rev up on Shogun Lodge, racing to the bend. They have 500 metres left to go. Georgie Boy, 3/4 of a length on Viscount. A length Kavwasia, Make Mine Magic, and here's Shogun Lodge letting rip now. Around the corner, McAvoy calls on Viscount. He claims Georgie Boy, a length and a half to Shogun Lodge, who's coming home doggedly, however. Viscount the leader, 150 to go. Shogun Lodge is almost level. Viscount, the great 3-year-old. Shogun Lodge can't pick him up, and another win of the George May to a top quality 3-year-old. It's Viscount beating Shogun Lodge. Third was Kavwasia. Fourth home, Mr. Bureaucrat. Trained by Graham Rogerson, ridden by Mitch Newman, and for the first four, number 4, Mr.
Caulfield Guineas, the main aim for Viscount?
Yeah, that's where he's heading to, Melbourne now for the Caulfield Guineas. What happens after that, well, that's up to how he, performs in the Caulfield Guineas.
Underwood, and some good horses, as I mentioned, have crossed the line first in the Underwood over the years. A check of the success.
Determine his future. A win here and he'll be back for the Caulfield Cup, one would feel. Akabilk has come up. Native Jazz, the impressive Craigley winner. The lone fifth. Akabilk at the 600 by 2.5 lengths, hit the roof. Slavonic and King Keitel. Sail of Century next with Northerly on the outside, and Oliver's off. Here comes the fave now. Native Jazz tracks him into the race, and then Carpstead Way, and Universal Prince has got onto the back of Native Jazz as they corner. Northerly about 4 away from the rail, raced up to hit the roof. Akabilk and King Keitel, they got tight there. Northerly laying in again, but he's taken the lead, the Western Australian. Oliver's on one rein as he hits the front from King Keitel. Here's Carpstead Way. Carpstead Way after Northerly. King Keitel kicks. Northerly, Carpstead Way, Universal Prince. Northerly, a fighting tiger. He's won it on the inside. Oliver's won it. A big day for Damien, beating Universal Prince and Carpstead Way. Close up, Sky Heights got home well. So did Native Jazz. Big Pat King.
Certainly wanted to get in there in the straight. What's your immediate opinion?
That's not unusual, of course, but it is of concern. I'd talk to Damien and see what he thinks. I don't make quick decisions with him.
Steve Murray, a bit better about his Super Tab by comparison to New South Wales. At Randwick, the ratings suggesting it's Lonhro to topple. Magic Albert, Grandis are equal. Second elect.
Thank you. And they're moving in well for the Stan Fox Stakes. What an absorbing race we have coming up. Length and a half to Lonhro. Quinn waiting for the last crack. In fact, Lonhro went back to last, and Stylish Lass is second last. They round the corner. 400 left to go, and Grandizer, given full bore, raced up and takes the lead narrowly from Magic Hatter. On the inside, switching back is the filly Stylish Lass, Magic Albert, and Lonhro. Here he comes on the outer. Here's a race past the 200. Lonhro and Magic Albert, these outstanding 3-year-old colts. They've hit the front, but Lonhro is doing better than Magic Albert. Clear a Stylish Lass, and he's a rising star. Magnificent individual, and Lonhro takes it out from Magic Albert and Stylish Lass. Then Magic Hatter for the... Oh, gee whiz, I tell you what, I'm wrapped in this horse, Lonhro. He could be a superstar. 2:30
to the Metropolitan, because the Stan Fox has been won by very good horses, including this fellow, Longhro's dad, Octagonal, General Nadeem, Kenwood Melody, Pins. So it's a significant lead-up race, and you're looking at a horse here who could win the Caulfield Guineas.
And Viking Ruler, 2, 1, 4 and 7. Here's a check of the market figures. Accelerated $2.30 is the tote favourite. Kavwas, they're all smart, and one will be crowned the spring champion of the year 2001 after winning the Spring Champion Stakes. They're starting to move into line.
Lovely run up on the inside, but there's nothing there at the moment. Evander second last, and Pure Speed is last. Around the corner in the Spring Champion Stakes, and Prince of Play and Secandamon from Viking Ruler. And here's Kavwasia getting a needle eye run. They go to the 200, and Viking Ruler, the $1.5 million purchase as a yearling. He raced away. Forget Kavwasia. Viking Ruler, 3 Secandamon, Evander, Prince of Play and Silver Baron. But Viking Ruler, he blitzes them. Viking Ruler wins it from a very, very tight finish between Evander and Silver Baron. Then
a dear horse, an expensive horse. I've told everybody I love the horse. I think he's a super horse.
You love him as a type. He's a real classic thoroughbred type, isn't he?
Yeah, just everything. The horse has just got everything going for him. You know,
this horse looks to be capable of taking even more. The Danehill Colt.
9, Tickle My 13, Lady Marion, A's mount at $11. 638,000 in the win pool. Now they're right on start time as we go over the page, and now we get a couple of well-fancied ones. Miss Power Bird, 670.
The tail of the field as they came up the side is Tickle My. They've gone fast. Lady Marion and Shelburne Lass has joined her the outside. 2 lengths Dynamic Love, who's holding third, coming around the home turn. Closely followed by Romano Star and then KMS. Life is Beautiful. Couple of lengths away on the inside, being trailed by Spice Doll, Miss Power Bird, and then Calm Smitzer. Hula Wonders pulled out, followed then by Arabia as they swing around the turn. Lady Marion from Shelburne Lass, KMS. Dynamic Lovers next, and Life is Beautiful getting a run on the inside. Calm Smites called on for her finishing burst down the outside. Rain Dance Lady in trouble back in the field. KMS the leader, but Calm Smites under the whip starting to close on her, and then Dynamic Love and Hula Wonder coming in. Tickle My from last. KMS in front. Calm Smites trying hard. Hula Wonder's claiming them, and Tickle My swapping them on the outside. Hula Wonder, Tickle My, Tickle My. Tickle My beat Hula Wonder and Calm Smites. Then Sorrento, KMS, followed by Calm Smites called on for her finishing burst down the outside. Rain Dance Lady in trouble back in the field. KMS the leader, but Calm Smites under the whip starting to close on her, and then Dynamic Love and Hula Wonder coming in. Tickle My from last. KMS in front. Calm Smites trying hard. Hula Wonder's claiming them, and Tickle My swapping them on the outside. Hula Wonder, Tickle My, Tickle My. Tickle My beat Hula Wonder and Calm Smites. Then Sorrento, KMS, followed by Spice Doll, behind them Miss Power Bird, followed by...
I said to Sparrow Tuesday morning, you know, that's my job to get her right for the 14. I said, you just work her this way, and he did.
Take nothing away from the winner. What a marvellous mare she is. And
we're going to look at the betting there, and we'll flick over the page. I'm going to show you a replay of Danacia winning last start on Super Saturday at Randwick. This is Maitland Gold, the favourite. They've been riding predominantly this campaign with a little bit more pace.
Rail, followed by Dandify, who's making a little ground, and then Barrowin, and further back in the field is Winona and the last pair of Currajong Mist, and Life Goes On. They pack up coming down the side in the bell of the turf, and Gypsy May and Sybil. Maitland Gold is about to attack them. Tempest Mourner's wider out, followed by Interbank, and then Danacia pushed along at a length as she's purring, and Dandify followed by Barrowin. Around the corner they travel, and Gypsy May in front. Interbank goes after her from Sybil. Barrowin getting up on the inside, and here's Maitland Gold from Dandify. Maitland Gold hits the front in the bell of the turf, and the local mare's a length and a half clear. Dandify is rattling home. Maitland Gold still in front from Dandify. Oh! Dandify has lunged at Maitland Gold, a ripper. Getting up on the inside, and here's Maitland Gold from Dandify. Maitland Gold hits the front in the bell of the turf, and the local mare's a length and a half clear. Dandify is rattling home. Maitland Gold still in front from Dandify. Oh! Dandify has lunged at Maitland Gold, a ripper. Third is close with Tempest Morn there. Sectional. Maitland Gold had it won everywhere but the last stride by
the Carlton Draft Caulfield Guineas, which has variously been described as the best field ever assembled in this race's 120-year history.
East top rate of Viscount ahead of Lonro, Magic Albert, Lonro 580, Magic Albert 15, North Boy 440, Viking 230 for Counter Agent. Over to Tully Dane 76, 980 Dash for Cash.
Lonro's got back to third last, and he's 3 deep at the 800 metres around the outside of Eustonov and Viking Ruler. Classic Cut moved up on the outside, and he's joined the leader, Magic Hatter. Ebony Knight caught out wides on the improved two, and he's got into third placing, closely followed then by Magic Albert. Tullydane off the track, improving. Just behind these is Dash for Cash on the inside, and then came Counter Agent. Oh, we got to check there, Counter Agent. Viscount's on the improve around him. Further back is Pure Theatre, and then Royal Coat, who's never been on the track, and Lonro's pulled to the outside as they corner in the Guineas now. Ebony Knight's hit the lead from Magic Hatter on the inside, then Magic Albert. Here's Pure Theatre coming down the outside. Viscount can't go on. Lonro's coming with a big run down the outside. They're across the track. Pure Theatre and Lonro. Ocky's little boys taking the lead, Lonro,
and pulls away to win the Guineas. It's Lonro first, Euston off flashing home for second. The pure
and then Royal Code has never been on the track, and Lonro's pulled to the outside as they corner in the Guineas now. Ebony Knight's in the lead from Magic Hatter on the inside, then Magic Albert. Here's Pure Theatre coming down the outside. Viscount can't go on. Lonro's coming with a big run down the outside. They're across the track. Pure Theatre and Lonro. Ocky's little boy's taken the lead, Lonro, and pulls away to win the Guineas. It's Lonro first, Euston off flashing home for second. The Pure Theatre or Viking Ruler a big run for third, and they were followed by Royal Code. Back behind these to finish then was Ebony Knight, and then came...
And then widest of all is Lonro. Ronnie, what a big win.
Oh, he's got a tremendous will to win this horse. The sky's the limit. He gathered him up out wide there. Probably not the place to be today, but it didn't matter to him. He's just all class.
And as Octagonal wins his first Group 1 race as a sire, here's Tim Sheriff.
Freemason and a short time ago Lonro winning the Caulfield Guineas in very...
See a son of Octagonal win today, well, it can't get much better than that. What a bloody day.
Darren got off him, he said to me, he said, that's the best horse I've ever ridden.
Pretty big rap, isn't it?
I said, that's a bit of a rap, Darren. He said, it's the best horse I've ridden.
A very strong Guineas, and he's picked him up within a few strides and beat him. It was an outstanding effort.
After everything went wrong, there he is running his last 400 metres in 22.46 seconds. That is incredible, seeing he was wide and had no luck in the run, Darren.
No, he had no luck too. I thought Superimpose was the best horse I rode, and he still probably is, and he still won very well.
Aaron, I'm glad you cleared up the Superimpose matter. I was going to take you to task over there. Lonro's got a little bit left to do yet, but he is a very, very...
1, Shower Heart 16, Lazagoletta 34 and Sedurka 35. Brave Prince 68, Lord Essex 24, Weasel Will 980, Royal Void 62, Defier $5.
Good place on the rails coming around the home turn, and then Lazagoletta and Shower Heart right off the track as they corner. Sedurka's broken the field up, he's coming back now. Royal Void just coming after him, and Lord Essex with a run. Down the outside is Umrum, and Defier's got through, but he needs a little bit of luck. There's not much room for him, he's chopped out. Lord Essex hit the lead, Umrum. Here's Shower Heart. Shower Heart is swapping them on the outside, raced up deep on the course. Shower Heart has hit the front, and Shower Heart beats Lazagoletta. Shot of Thunder might have grabbed third from Mr. Bureaucrat, then the unlucky Defier. Followed close up in the inside then.
I just got on my knees and asked if I could ride him again, and Barry put me back on. I'm very honoured to have had the riding today.
There's another Group 1. The winner is trained by Barry Sufferer, Defier. Shower Heart came right down the outside like Lonro and missed all the trouble. As it stands at this moment with $1.7 million in the win pool. Sky Heights 11, Carpstad Way 62, Pastor Express 66, over to Sale of Century $22, Hill of Grace 13, Inner Flurry 680, Trash.
Wins for him to be a great buzz for him to win a big race like that.
King Keitel the rail. Inner Flurry's off and running quickly, followed by Primrose Sands, trapped out 3 wide. A length and a half Pastor Express, Carpstad Way, and then came Hill of Grace. 2 lengths further back is Sir Clive over on the inside of Shot of Thunder. Then came Sky Heights, another 2.5 lengths to Sale of Century, Big Pat, and Curator Storm was last of all. They've gone quickly now, and Inner Flurry's dashed right away in the early stages past the 1,000-metre mark by 3 lengths. Inner Flurry appealed right up into second placing is Tramps, and then 3 lengths to Freemason, and about 8 lengths to Bush Padre. This is an amazingly run Caulfield Cup. Celestial Show on the inside from King Keitel. Primrose Sands taking off round the outside, followed by Pastor Express, Ethereal, and Hit the Roof. 2 lengths behind these is Hill of Grace, Sky Heights, and then Sir Clive, who's over on the inside as they start the bunch before the home turn, and then Shot of Thunder, Carpstead Way, Sale of Century, Big Pat, and Curator Storm. In a flurry around the home turn in front of Trounce, and Freemason coming, and here's Ethereal and Sky Heights off the track making ground. Primrose Sands is next, and then Bush Padre. Into the straight they race. Ethereal Whiteout's taken over the running. Sky Heights is coming after her. Celestial Show through along the inside with her run, and then Bush Padre passing the 200 metres now, and it's Ethereal, Sky Heights, and Celestial Show over on the inside. Ethereal, Celestial Show, and Sky Heights, 3 of them fighting out the race. Ethereal, Celestial Show, Sky Heights to hit the line. Ethereal won it by a
short half head to Sky Heights and Celestial Show in a photo. They're followed in behind them by Hill of Grace, and then through along the inside with her run, and then Bush Padre passing the 200 metres now, and it's Ethereal, Sky Heights and Celestial Show over on the inside. Ethereal, Celestial Show and Sky Heights, three of them fighting out the race. Ethereal, Celestial Show, Sky Heights, they hit the line. Ethereal won it by a short half head to Sky Heights and Celestial Show in a photo. They're followed in behind them by Hill of Grace, and then came Bush Padre in a flurry from Sail of Century. Next
just on the inside, Ethereal is won by a Nostril from Sky Heights.
We're allowed to cry. Oh wait. Yes, she did. She's won the race. It was an amazing.
Must have felt long. She's the best filly I've ever ridden and probably might be the best ever yet.
Yeah, now when you pulled
up
beside me, you weren't too sure?
No, I wasn't sure at all. It was just a bob of the heads, and knowing Damien's luck in the Caulfield Cup, well, I expected it to go his way, so, but no, the gods that fell upon me, so it's good.
No doubt.
Delivering the accolades after that Caulfield Cup, I'd like to begin by congratulating Greg Miles on a magnificent race call. Scott Seamer, Queensland base jockey, top of the straight to the winning post. OK, we're going to get the head-on shot now, so you can judge for yourself. There's about half a horse between them at the moment. Now, Oliver, oh yes, she moves out noticeably. They brush. I wouldn't really call it a bump at that stage, but they certainly contacted. Now, in fact, there's no sign of them touching again at this point. Oh, no, not...
It's the steward's opinion that Ethereal shifted out towards Sky Heights on the home turn and again shortly after straightening, but in the view of the stewards, it doesn't impede Sky Heights running. And Sky Heights does also shift out slightly away from Ethereal after straightening. And from that point, both horses had an uninterrupted run to the winning post, and the protest is therefore dismissed and the placing stand. Thank you.
Caulfield Cup. The Carlton Draft Caulfield Cup has been won by Ethereal. She holds it.
Well done. Everyone else, we didn't think it was going. We thought it was going to be thrown out. Now we've got Scott there. So now, Scott, first of all, take us through your thoughts as you swept around the home turn.
I was quite happy coming into the corner where I was positioned and in the right part of the track. The horse that actually ran third, it was my main worry. I didn't know the horse on the outside was sort of making a bit of ground till just on the line, sort of about 50 out. But there was a head bobber, and I was lucky enough to hold on.
When they the mare did move out on the corner and in the straight. Stewards weren't satisfied it was enough to cost Damien Oliver the win on Sky Heights. Could you feel the mare moving out underneath you?
She moved out marginally, not enough for anything like a protest to be upheld or anything like that. I thought myself it was a bit frivolous to protest, but when you're in a big race like this, every little inch counts, and it was practically only 2 inches to photo finish. So,
were you aware that someone asked Bart Cummings what he thought of the interference? He said, "Where did it happen, in the parade ring?"
I heard that later in the night, and I thought it was quite good.
You shook hands with Damien after the protest hearing. Then you said to him, "You didn't have to put me through that," and he said, "I did." Do you still believe that he should have protested?
Personally, I didn't think there was anything in it. Damien told me later that he never looked at the film. He just went in there full of confidence and was hoping. So,
can Sunline do what most thought impossible and equal the feats of the great Kingston Town, winning 3 Cox Plates in succession?
I've got Sunline. I've got her at $2.50, an imposing record at Moonee Valley, and I think it's a horse to beat. Northerly, he's at $3. Damien Oliver on board. He's been...
Moonee Valley, race 7, Cox Plate. Northerly and Sunline, joint top raters. Silvana, 2 or 3 strides. Here's an update on the Cox Plate. Northerly, $3.50. Silvano, $5. Now, Sunline hasn't budged off that mark, $2.80.
Racing, Sunline jumped well, Kaitano missed it, Silvano got out very fast. Viscount shows pace, Sunline's heading over pretty comfortably through the first part of the race. Universal Prince settling at the tail.
There's the first turn coming up, and it's Sunline 3/4 in front of Viscount, and she crossed him with ease. Northerly moved up third the outside, followed by 2 lengths to Universal Prince. As they race down the back, he's about 10 from the leader, and Sunlight out in front, 1,000 to go. Viscount second, Northerly 3 lengths away, third Referral, fourth the inside, and then Silvano. King Kaitel and Kaitana are together next, and last is Universal Prince. They make the turn at the 800, and Sunlight comes up the side by 1.5 lengths to Viscount, and Northerly is easing out wide so he can have a clear run to come with his effort now, and then Silvano running up near the inside, and Universal Prince is hooked out at the 600 metres. Sunline in front, she's 3/4 in front of Viscount. In third placing Northerly, Silvano's taking the shortcuts, Universal Prince is winding up. Charles hasn't asked for the big run yet, they're coming for home. Sunline about to straighten up for history, led by 2 lengths. Silvano's chasing through on the inside, and then Viscount and Northerly and Universal Prince. It's Sunline around the turn in front, she's 2 lengths clear. Northerly's coming down the outside, Sunline in front of Northerly and Viscount. Sunline tackled by Northerly. Northerly's raced up the Sunline, Viscount in the middle, there's trouble on the line, but the West roars as Northerly has won it from Sunline and Viscount, who got flattened near the line. It's Sunline around the turn in front, she's 2 lengths clear. Northerly's coming down the outside, Sunline in front of Northerly and Viscount. Sunline tackled by Northerly. Northerly's raced up the Sunline, Viscount in the middle, there's trouble on the line, but the West roars as Northerly has won it from Sunline and Viscount, who got flattened near the line. Next in King Kaitel, Silvano couldn't go on, nor could Universal Prince, then Kaitano.
Ripping the inside hand. Now watch here, there's definitely tightening the Viscount between them. Sunline comes out a little bit, I must admit that, and she contributed to it, but I'll say this, Viscount's the horse that got the problem. But I also will say, I don't think it made any difference to the result. I think Northern...
at $1.30 the win. He's been protested third against second and first. Sunline ran second at $1.30.
Shifting out, approaching the 100 metres, and made contact with Northerly, which was shifting in. Northerly and Sunline then shifted further and contributed to Viscount being hampered. And whilst interference did occur, the stewards can't be satisfied that the result of the race was affected in respect of the protest Viscount against Northerly. With the objection against Sunline by Viscount, the stewards believe that Northerly, by shifting in, did make a significant contribution to that interference, and therefore all objections are therefore dismissed and the placings stand. Thank you. And we'll see all your riders before you leave.
To TCN.
Sure, McAvoy had the protest, but I reckon justice was done, don't you?
I do, Kenny. I think it's great for racing. I think it's added to the atmosphere of Cox Plate, the U and the R.
At $1.30 the win. Line ran second at $1.30, Viscount third at $2.20.
It was a clash of the heavyweights, and it turned into really a prize fight. It had everything, including a disputed decision. I've never heard so much noise, Fred, before the race for the supporters of the different camps. There were cheers, there were jeers, there were boos, and it continued after the race with the dispute, didn't it?
It was a bit like a footy match, wasn't it?
It was.
Taking sides.
Yeah, but the bottom line, boys and Joe, is that we have a new title holder, and it's Northerly. What a champ, Fred.
Yeah, certainly is. He's turning into a great racehorse. He's got all the attributes you admire. You know, he's got all the courage in the world. Of course, there's a few things happening immediately after the race, but certainly Damien was quite emotional about it, and it is a very emotional day, I think, for West Australians to have a horse such as Northerly get up in a race as great as the Cox Plate. Leaf is quite a good way to describe it.
Fred, you've never had a Cox Plate runner before. This one is wearing the colours of Western Australia, the yellow and the black. The jockey is West Australian born. You're a West Australian. Was given the ultimate accolade too by Damien Oliver after the race, declaring that Northerly is the best horse that he has ridden.
Yeah, it's good to hear him say that, you know.
How good is Damien Oliver, Ken?
He's the best jockey in Australia by a furlong. He's got a gap on him at the moment, Graham. There's no one in Sydney gets close to him. I'm quite certain. I think he's the best jockey been around since George Moore.
That is a rep.
In them, Rich?
I'm going to go with Ethereal. I think Ethereal's got the form on the board, the right preparation, everything. Nope. Ethereal. There you go. How much
you want on it? Top at 6. Big Pat's 7. Universal.
Here, where the imported number 6, Marion Bard, is the top rater. It's rated 3 points ahead of number 2, Sky Heights.
Sky Heights the favourite. 8 Yippee-Yo at $15. Freemason at 36. Number 10, Curata Storm at big odds. $10 for the Caulfield Cup winner, number 13, Ethereal. $20 Hill. It's a long way from them. Then Mr. Prudent as Curata Storm dropped out. About 700 left to travel. And give the slip by a length the Persian Punch. 3 lengths away, Karasi, Celestial Storm. Ethereal runs on from Marion Bard, hard ridden, and they were followed back in the field by May the Horse Be With You as they round the home turn. They've got about 500 left to travel, and give the slip, led into the straight. 2 lengths away, Persian Punch. Then Caetano into the clear, Karasi. Ethereal, Celestial Show, then Marion Bard. Further back to May the Horse Be With You. Give the slip in front. 4 lengths to the mare, Ethereal giving chase. Then Persian Punch. Further back to May the Horse Be With You. The leader give the slip. Ethereal's coming hard on the outside. The New Zealand mare. Ethereal after give the slip. Ethereal hit the lead in the cup. Ethereal takes the Caulfield Melbourne Cup double. Ethereal and Scott Seamer have beaten give the slip. 6 lengths away, Persian Punch, an almighty run. Then came Karasi, Sky Heights, Waingate.
Straight, it's Give the Slip, the leader from Persian Punch, Celestial Show, Karasi, Ethereal taken to the outside, and then Marion Bard and Caetano. 300 left to go. Give the Slip over on the inside, the leader from Persian Punch. Here comes Ethereal down the outside, followed by Karasi, and then May the Horse Be With You. Give the Slip well clear at the 200-metre mark, though. Down the outside is Ethereal starting to close. Give the Slip with Ethereal coming home. Give the Slip in front. Ethereal's coming hard. The Caulfield Cup winners grab the lead, and Ethereal does the double. Ethereal's won it from Give the Slip. 6 lengths, Persian Punch, third again from Karasi.
Congratulations. What about that?
It was all right, wasn't it? Isn't she super?
I think she's super, and I bet you do too.
One of the top, best ever horse I've been on, and probably one of the best fillies, you know, to race in the both cups.
Scotty, a year ago you were at where, Ballina?
Yeah, I ride in Brisbane, but I live at Ballina and hope they enjoy it as much as I do today.
Now, what if someone had said to you, you're going to win the Caulfield Melbourne Cup double in the year 2001?
Oh, I would have told them in a few other words too that I'm mad.
In a Melbourne Cup, Sheila Laxon. Good luck to her as well. Give the Slip second, Persian Punch third. Obviously,
well, a week after it won the Caulfield Cup, now joins names like Might and Power, Doremus and Let's Elope as the 11th horse to complete the Cup's double. There is one conversation this day which will go down in Melbourne Cup folklore, and it is when Peter Vella, the owner of Ethereal, sought out the advice of former champion jockey Brent Thompson. His intention after the 4th race was to scratch the mare as the track continued to deteriorate. It was downgraded to slow, and he feared running on a heavy track. Brent Thompson went and spoke with Scott Seamer, who rode the mighty mare to victory, and he just said no way, she must go round. The track, while worse than the Caulfield Cup, was still clearly raceable on, and what a decision that has proved to be. There's another great story.
Graham, watch him here at the top of the straight. Here he is on the outside in the white and dark blue colours. He hasn't moved yet. He's sitting there like a block of ice. Now he goes. I've got to say that many jockeys would have been trigger happy long before Scott Seamer got busy on Ethereal. It is a Melbourne Cup. The jockey's chop is huge. You know, how could he resist giving her a dig in the ribs much sooner than he did?
I don't know. I think he was, if he could see Give the Slip, well, he mightn't have been able to see him, but if he could see Give the Slip on the rail, I think he thought he had everything covered at that stage and he didn't need to put the pedal down. But when Give the Slip kicked and got put another 2 lengths on them fairly quickly, I think then the pedal went down. He had to chase then, and I just think he thought he had the ones around him beaten for a long time. It was a beautiful, cool ride, no doubt.
Favourite, Keys at $7, Gold Lottie $7.50.
1-8 all up. Shooting for his 8th, I should say. Today's 1-7 all up. Keys, though, tops the rating. It's ahead of Magical Miss, Lilo Lil.
6-7 is Hot Beat at 52. 8 Paladama 72. 9 is edging out. at 52, 16 for going to the outside. About 500 left to travel. Paladama hard up on the rails, the leader from Warm Smitzer and Lilo Lil. Then Magical Miss now easing to the outside. Next Uga Chaka, followed by Keys. Paladama at the 400, 2 lengths in front, but coming after it. Magical Miss very quickly. Keys down the outside. Carla Keys runs on. The favourite went to the lead, Magical Miss. From Keys, Lilo Lil, then Menang, Hot Beat, Tully Thunder. Magical Miss has burst away. Here's another one for Bart Cummings coming up. Stephen Arnold, the favourites home and hose. Magical Miss is going to bolt the Oaks in. Magical Miss has won at 5 lengths, nearly a dead heat second. Menang and Lilo Lil, then Carla Keys from Keys. Next in Wanmo, Hot Beat, Tully.
In the straight at the 400, and Magical Miss is sprinting out boldly, and she's raced to the lead with Lilo Lil. Wider out is Carla Keys, the deepest is Keys from Uga Chaka. At the 200 though, and Arnold's gone for home on the favourite Magical Miss. She's raced out by 3 Lilo Lil, Menang and then Carla Keys and Keys, but all Magical Miss. Oh, she's going to bolt in the Crown Oaks, and Magical Miss won it by 5 lengths. Either Menang or Lilo Lil for the Miners, from Carla Keys and then Keys, followed by Wanmo and Hot Beat, back by...
After horse, and she performs like a champion.
Maybe a Cups horse next year?
I would think so. I think she'll be a Way for Age horse next year.
Brilliant ride by Stephen Arnold too.
He rides well.
Win number 8, Stephen Arnold. What a spring. He won 1,000 guineas aboard this filly, and now he takes the Oaks. A 1-horse race. They ran Danger and Keep at 10, 1, 7 and 6. Runners are parading. And North Boys Dam North Bell, it was announced today, has finally gone back in foal. The mare has not had a foal. South Wales North Boy at 580, 540 in Queensland. Still plenty of time to get your bets on. Falvalon from 370. New South Wales 290 for Falvalon, 250 on the Queensland tote.
The middle of the course, Keeper right behind him, Belle de Jour's in behind that bunch of horses, and Sedation were the last with Natoire at the tail. They're heading towards the 400 metres. It's Fair Embrace, Point Danger the rails, Sports is the widest, followed by North Boy who's under the whip, Falvalon getting into the clear, then Point Danger and Belle de Jour. Keeper is right over in the middle of the course, right across the track at the 200 metres. Fair Embrace from Sports, Falvalon sees daylight, Belle de Jour comes with him. At the clock tower now, Falvalon hit the lead, Belle de Jour trying hard. Falvalon from Belle de Jour. Falvalon in front. Belle de Jour is picking him back. They go to the line. Maybe Belle de Jour knows Falvalon. Close photo. Embrace from Sports. Falvalon sees daylight. Belle de Jour comes with him. At the clock tower now, Falvalon hit the lead. Belle de Jour trying hard. Falvalon from Belle de Jour. Falvalon in front. Belle de Jour is picking him back. They go to the line. Maybe Belle de Jour knows Falvalon. Close photo. Sedation has run on well for third from Pot on Flyer, Fair Embrace, Sports and then Bomberbill.
Right, as you'll see, and placings have come up as 8, 1 and 5. Belle de Jour has paid $8, $2.30. Falvalon denied. Winning time was 1:08.87. With Chattanooga ahead of Grey Regent and Libidinius.
Ring for Libidinius. And she'll run the top pick as Toledo moved up in the Kevin Heffernan. Regent on the inside, being followed by moving up Rustic Mist and then Natoire and 2 to Chattanooga. They're coming around the turn at the 450 in the Kevin Heffernan, and it's Libidinius sneaking away, and she shot 3 in front around the turn from Ruthless Tycoon. Toledo, Chattanooga's pulled to the outside, spots the leader 7 or 8, coming to the 250 metre mark. Libidinius being urged along by Findlay. He's pulled the whip. She's out by 2. Is there much in the tack? Here come the chasers. Chattanooga's charging home. Here he comes. He's got them all right. Chattanooga went straight past Libidinius, and from last Chattanooga came away to beat Libidinius. Toledo third, then Rustic Mist, followed from Ruthless Tycoon. Toledo, Chattanooga's pulled to the outside, spots the leader 7 or 8, coming to the 250 metre mark. Libidinius being urged along by Findlay. He's pulled the whip. She's out by 2. Is there much in the tack? Here come the chasers. Chattanooga's charging home. Here he comes. He's got them all right. Chattanooga went straight past Libidinius, and from last Chattanooga came away to beat Libidinius. Toledo third, then Rustic Mist, followed in by...
This is the quickest of the 6 furlong times you'd expect in this calibre of race.
Her keeping when she booted away
rounding the home turn. But look at this finish of Chattanooga. Damien, not your stable, not your ride, but that looked to be the performance of a horse that will graduate to maybe weight for age.
Yeah.
Or not, well, it was weight for age, but to Group 1 status.
Well, that was an awesome win that day, yesterday, that's right, with Chattanooga. I mean, he just blew them away. He gave them...
On track is a little different to the tote. Rory's Jane's been well tried. It's going to run top pick ahead of Susie Gray. Enos, couple of lengths away, Mouthwash a long way from them on the inside. From Rustic Draw, Susie Gray spots them a tidy start. Reason to Talk on her outside, and then Mrs. Hollywood. Well on the straight, Noble Glow in front of Emma Sensual. Enos Treasure's got into the clear. Then Cal Rise and Rory's Jane's pulled out wide to make a run at the 200 metres. It's Noble Glow in front of Enos Treasure, and Rory's Jane starting to stoke up in the last 100 now. She's coming very quickly with Susie Gray. Rory's Jane got to Enos Treasure. Susie Gray dives through, got there. What a win that. Susie Gray got up to beat Rory's Jane and Enos Treasure. Then clear of... Then Cal Rise and Rory's Jane's pulled out wide to make a run at the 200 metres. It's Noble Glow in front of Enos Treasure, and Rory's Jane starting to stoke up in the last 100 now. She's coming very quickly with Susie Gray. Rory's Jane got to Enos Treasure. Susie Gray dives through, got there. What a win that. Susie Gray got up to beat Rory's Jane and Enos Treasure. Then clear of making some ground, Reason to Talk on the outside from the 55. And the running double 2 and 3 paid 13.
Hong Kong, the rich sprints, and there's the track there, and you can see where they'll be starting. All Thrills 2 at $6.50. We've got $5.90 Century Kid, $3.60 Falvalon. More Like is at $6.70. 6:34.
Thanks for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thanks, Darren. Great pleasure.
Let's take it to David Rafal now for the commentary of the International Sprint.
Thank you, Darren. Nuclear Debate's about 5 off the lead. 500 to go. Century Kid leads nearer the flat. Majiro Darling's off the bridle. Cliffhanger close. Morluck's 2 off the front. Solid Contact the middle. The Trader's running a race at the 400 on the fence. Century Kid fades down in front of him. The Trader had to switch course. Falvalon's coming through. Out wide of Morluck. Morluck and Falvalon, they're coming again. But they've got to get to Century Kid. They've got him now. 150 out. Falvalon. Morluck. Century Kid fighting hard. Falvalon and Morluck, they're stride for stride. Hong Kong roars for All Thrills 2. Falvalon and Morluck. Morluck dives. Falvalon. Falvalon went ahead. He beat Morluck. What a great race. All Thrills 2 third. Century Kid 4. The Trader, nice one, Claire, fairly close to them. Next into the field, Solid Contact with a big surge at Falvalon. Falvalon put his head down right on the wire and has won by a lip. What a great finish. The two of them have gone to the line, locked together again. He's dropped his head, Morluck, but I feel that Falvalon has won. And All Thrills 2 has run the race of his life. Here it is. They dive and he's got it. Falvalon, the wonder from down under, has won from Morluck. All Thrills 2 ahead off them third. So Damien Oliver again successful on Falvalon. Dan Begornen.
Sunline v Ethereal, the Group 1, not too far away on Sky. It'll come along in around 13 minutes. Sunline, 3 points clear of $10.9 million. A winner of 27 race starts, and she's first up in what could be her...
And 3 to 4 to Ethereal, Group 1, Waikato Draft Sprint. And it's the champion mare, Sunline, clear by 2 to Spring Rain. They're followed by Able Attempt third. Banaka's fourth back on the inside. Then Sequel on a bound from Butterscotch, and out wider one making a run at them as they swing in. And that was Viner's Lane, but Sunline goes for home. The champion mare's opened up and was given full throttle by Greg Charles. Opened up 2 or 3 on Spring Rain. Banaka's coming after them, but O'Sullivan's got the stick on the 3-year-old. It's all Sunline, 150 out. Out by 3, 4, 5 now from Spring Rain and Banaka, but Sunline, the champion mare, has killed them in the Waikato Draft Sprint. Spring Rain's Lane, but Sunline goes for home. The champion mare's opened up and was given full throttle by Greg Charles. Opened up 2 or 3 on Spring Rain. Banaka's coming after them, but O'Sullivan's got the stick on the 3-year-old. It's all Sunline, 150 out. Out by 3, 4, 5 now from Spring Rain and Banaka, but Sunline, the champion mare, has killed them in the Waikato Draft Sprint. Spring Rain second, third is on a bound. Banaka weakened out to fourth, then Ethereal on the inside too.
Oh, she's back, and she's back in huge form. Sunline absolutely throttling New Zealand
this morning. It's been a pretty short list up to date. Carbine, Farlap, Burnborough, Tulloch, Kingston Town and Sunline.
And Sunline, yes.
Gee, that's an illustrious
I
company.
don't think anyone would argue that deserves it about that.
She's a horse that is a true champion in the sense she's had.
Miss Powerbird and La Lagoon. Gee, this is a good lineup in the next race. The market looks this way as we await the winning time to be confirmed. More than $250,000 is up for grabs. Regal Kiss is the tote.
Mixed Strike and then Miss Powerbird wider out. Holder's got to get busy on this favourite, Regal Kiss. She's behind Traffic True Jules, the Blue Diamond winner, in front of her. Then Lady Wild and taken to the outside, Susie Gray. Around the turn, the leader is Empress Waltz, being challenged by Agalia Shea Spice. Then on the outside, coming at them strongly, Raja Lane. Regal Kiss into the clear, bumping with La Lagoon and Susie Gray down the outside. Susie Gray's raced up and taken the lead. Regal Kiss is trying to run her down, but that's a forlorn task. Susie Gray wins the Swettenham Stud Stakes well. Susie Gray by a length and a half. Then on the outside, coming at them strongly, Raja Lane. Regal Kiss into the clear, bumping with La Lagoon and Susie Gray down the outside. Susie Gray's raced up and taken the lead. Regal Kiss is trying to run her down, but that's a forlorn task. Susie Gray wins the Swettenham Stud Stakes well. Susie Gray by a length and a half. I think Regal Kiss held second. Most unlucky. Look at one of the Perth runners flying. Lady Belvedere got third wide out. 5-12-2-1 on the Swettenham.
He seems to have been around forever. Norton Stakes. Can the horse on your screen right now make racing history by becoming the first horse to win 4 or the same Group 1 race on 4 consecutive occasions? We're about to find out.
Circle leads the way from Golden Fawn, Diarmid, Gillespie, Moonflute, Freemason. Tie the knot over on the inside of Freemason. He needs a run. Universal Prince switches to the outside. Tie the knots into the clear now as they straighten. Dress Circle joined by Golden Fawn. Here's Tie the Knot. He's lengthening stride. He's coming with great guns at the 150, and Tie the Knot raced away. Universal Prince late, but Tie the Knot, the grand old campaigner, he makes racing history. 4 successive Chipping Norton Stakes. Tie the Knot beat Freemason and Universal Prince from Dress Circle. Golden Fawn, Moonflute.
Always a great thrill and a great sense of relief.
Perhaps they should rename this race.
I hope they do, yeah.
Good on you guys.
Of Old Comrade and Ethereal. Now here is the market on the St George. Northerly $1.30. Old
Group 2 at 1800. Leader from Spirit of Westbury, Piper Star Tascanos, sent home in 5th placing. Northerly needing a brilliant sprint to win from where he is as they come round the home turn, and pulling to the outside, Market Price and Old Comrade. Dinmont came round the turn in front. Northerly's got brilliant rails runs, and he kicks through along the inside, and he's hit the front at the 250. Piper Star and Old Comrade are coming. Northerly under the whip now. Piper Star, Old Comrade joining him on the outside. Old Comrade in front. Northerly trying to kick back, and kick he does. Northerly fighting on strongly. Northerly blows them away. What a win. Northerly from Old Comrade or Piper Star. Then came Stiff.
Got it on the corner, but he's a super horse, Northerly, the way he fights on. I thought Old Comrade had him. I would have just backed Old Comrade for all money halfway.
And they go with Carnegie Express to Quinella with its stablemate. It's 2-11-1 from Carnegie Express. Ron, which way have you gone?
Thanks, Brendan. Runner just put me off him a little, but apparently he's always like that, so I've got to give him a chance.
You're next to last, and still absolute is Rockley Opera. Leica Gov is giving a bold exhibition of galloping in the Canterbury Guineas, and down towards the corner at the 400, and Seamer extending on Leica Gov, and the Star New Zealand gelding put 2 lengths. Star of St Cuthbert second. Carnegie Express is into the clear. He's 4 lengths off Leica Gov. Now 3, now 2. Here he comes. And at the 200, Carnegie Express absolutely pounced on Leica Gov to burn him off, and then Pentastic. But this is 5 straight coming up for Carnegie Express. Second is Pentastic, but how good Carnegie Express. Carnegie Express from Pentastic, another warrior, and Leica Gov walked the last 50. Then My Town.
478.
Absolute was Heritier.
2-4-10, Gay Waterhouse collects the Daily Telegraph Canterbury Guineas, 280 ratings for you, and it's Tie the Knot, 7 clear of Universal Prince and Freemason, then Dress Circle. The market looks this way as we hear from the rider of Tie the Knot.
Paddy?
Universal Prince. Can he win his 3rd successive Randvet Tie the Knot? Well, he's followed by Universal Prince, who's got Tie the Knot firmly snookered, and Two Sail of Century and Padfoot Charlie coming to the corner in the Ranvet at the 500 marker. And Dress Circle is under siege. Golden Fawn goes through on the inside ahead him now. Then Freemason, Tie the Knot, plenty of room for him. Universal Prince is momentarily bailed away. Gillespie the outer. Tie the Knot, here he comes up on the inside. After Dress Circle, Golden Fawn dropped off. Tie the Knot, he hits the front. Universal Prince is seeing daylight. Tie the Knot is the leader. Universal Prince, Dress Circle and Freemason. Tie the Knot's gone. Universal Prince hits the front, and Universal Prince wins the Ranvet. A great return. Universal Prince from a photo. Dress Circle and Freemason from Tie the Knot and Sail of Century.
And Justin at his best again.
Well, here's 19 ahead of Chattanooga and North Boy. 8 and 19 from 7 and 13. The market looks this way. There's Page.
Black Bean is alongside Bomber Bill. He's lining up for his third start in a Newmarket handicap. He's ready. Outside gate 13 is Miss Penny Money, and as has been the case with her in recent starts, the barrier stall is left open. Clark of the course stand. And the leader here is Desert Sky on the outside rail ahead of Bomber Bill. Handy to them too is Spinning Hill and also Black Bean, followed by 8/8, and then came down the outside is Shower Heart from Miss Penny Money. Chong Tong trying to work into the clear on the other side now, and North Boys raced up to Prince Rubiton and Rubitano, and then Sedurka trying to get into the clear on the grandstand. Shower Heart has hit the front with Mystique. Desert Sky, Chong Tong's in the clear, he's coming with his run, and on the far side it's Rubitano just in front. Mystique on the outside with Chong Tong and North Boy, but Rubitano might have got it on the inside. They're right across the track, they're wide apart. Out wide, Desert Sky, Chong Tong's in the clear, he's coming with his run, and on the far side it's Rubitano just in front. Mystique on the outside with Chong Tong and North Boy, but Rubitano might have got it on the inside. They're right across the track, they're wide apart. Out wider was Chong Tong, North Boy and Mystique, and a real blanket finish to the Newmarket handicap. Sedurka 4 on Mukhtar as an apprentice returns to the winner's stall. Now here's the minor placing. 13 North Boy has run second. Scott Seamer.
We're going to go straight to Larry for his
way of the first 6 horses, and
Keith, less than a length separating the first 9.
Yeah,
so
and that's a still shot published in the Herald Sun in Melbourne this morning. That's quite a freakish photo, Stephen, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, Keith. It's amazing, the finish. I thought it...
Mummington, at this stage about 23 minutes away. Here's the opening call. Northerly, Sent Home, Old Comrade and the Second Mortgage at Northerly coming up at $1.70. Old Comrade, 13. Cup that haven't been able to prove themselves at the top level over the years. Remember Octagonal?
Northerly 3/4 away, coming for home from Piper Star. Back behind those horses then is Sent Home on the outside, and then a gap to Umaline, Rain Gauge, Royal Code, Ethereal, well back in the field, still as Old Comrade as they cornered, and then the Second Mortgage and Eustonoff into the straight, and All Courage the leader. Northerly's quickly coming out after him inside the 400, clear of Royal Code, running on down the outside now. Rain Gauge coming through on the inside, and Old Comrade with a run from Ethereal. Northerly in front at the 200. The challenges are plenty. Old Comrade swept up and Rain Gauge in the middle. Old Comrade's put his nose in front. Northerly tries to kick back. Old Comrade's a half head in front, and Old Comrade has won it by a head to Northerly. Third placing goes to Rain Gauge, and then Royal Code from Ethereal. They were trailed further back in the field.
So Old Comrade, the winner of the Fruit and Veg at Ascot back in December of last year at Group 1 level, picks up another Group 1 today. Had the ratings over Fuadi and Knickerbocker Kid. 3-12, 2 and 6. Hires at 6.
There's the popular pick, $2.50, $1.30 in front of number 1 Higher, 5, 10 and 2. And then Banker Under Fire, Salgado, Velsantes and Defire scraping the aluminium around the corner, 400 out now. And Impregnable is the leader from Fuadi, Banker Under Fire. Now Defire, he is hopelessly blocked away. Now he is eased off the fence, there's room for him. But in the meantime, Fuadi in front, here's Velsantes and Salgado, followed by Higher Late. It's Salgado And here's Defier warming up now. Look at him go, Defier. Ah, terrific win. Defier from Salgado, nothing but up now. And Impregnable is the leader from Fuadi. Banker under fire. Now Defier, he is hopelessly blocked away. Now he is eased off the fence. There's room for him. But in the meantime, Fuadi in front. Here's Velsantes and Salgado, followed by Higher Late. It's Salgado. And here's Defier warming up now. Look at him go, Defier. Ah, terrific win. Defier from Salgado, nothing between Higher and Velsantes for third. And then Nickham. Well, there is a real Doncaster horse. 250 and 140. Number 8, Salgado.
Yeah, it was
Salgado.
Yeah, it was outstanding. He was bailed up there after we straightened. But when I unleashed him, geez, he flew. You know, like he would have ran his last furlong something like 10, I reckon. It was outstanding.
Nice Salgado.
And then he just goes a whooshka.
And as I think Damien said after the race, he broke the sound barrier the last 100 metres. Terrific performance. He's a live Doncaster chance.
Will he get a penalty?
Well, he'll have to if he wants to get a run.
Exactly. You hope he gets a penalty for that.
Universal Prince $1.80, Rain Gauge 11, Sale of Century 18, and Ethereal at $4.90. Ethereal's been pretty solid. Richard?
Yes, Ethereal getting to a right distance and getting back to a right racing weight.
Of lengths to Universal Prince, about to make some ground, and Sale of Centuries on his inside at the 550, coming down towards the home corner in the BMW, and Dress Circle being sent along by Yorker. Half Freemason, Rain Gauge, Tie the Knot. Dye had a quick peep on Tie the Knot. He was looking for Justin Sheehan on Universal Prince, and here's Justin and Universal at the 300. Rain Gauge got to Dress Circle and Freemason, Tie the Knot, and Universal Prince. Rain Gauge, Beatman pulls the whip, but Universal Prince is claiming the Victorian. It's Universal Prince and Rain Gauge. Ethereal starting to fly. Universal Prince hits the front. Ethereal, go! Yes! Did Ethereal make it? To the naked eye, looks as though it might have. But hang on to your briefs. Freemason, Tie the Knot, and Universal Prince. Rain Gauge, Bateman pulls the whip, but Universal Prince is claiming the Victorian. It's Universal Prince and Rain Gauge. Ethereal starting to fly. Universal Prince hits the front. Ethereal, go! Yes! Did Ethereal make it? To the naked eye, looks as though it might have. But hang on to your briefs. Ethereal and Universal Prince from Rain Gauge, followed at the head of the others. Yep, there's the number. Number 7, Ethereal, written by Scott Seamer, has come with a witherer when Universal Prince looked all over a winner, and Ethereal gets there. When Universal Prince looked all over a winner, and Ethereal gets there at 5. And Scott Seamer, there is that man again. 3 consecutive winners today. Let's check the full numbers. 7.
Universal Prince had it between them in the last few strides. She's just unleashed an enormous run, and Ethereal has nailed them right on the line, Graham. Well,
you talk about great mares in recent years. Let's Elope is one that comes to mind. But I tell you what, she's right up there now.
Oh, she's up there with the best staying mares. Well, certainly she may be the best staying mare I've ever seen. Let's Elope, what?
She doesn't really start to get competitive until she's at 1.5 miles plus. She's had 4 starts at 1.5 miles plus, and she's won all 4 of them.
Scotto, you say what you say. To get the run closed, so Scotty Seamer eases her across the heels of both horses. And this is shades of her New Zealand Oaks, her Queensland Oaks victory, where she came from the clouds in the last 50 metres just to nail them right on the line. Now, the owner, Peter Vella, before we go on, says he's enjoying the moment. Yeah. He favours retirement for her now. Oh. That's what he's leaning towards, retire.
Last 2 strike pans out early, and that's going to have to be Wayne's decision out there. You know, things change very quickly out there.
His Blue Diamond win, John, was tough, outstanding.
All right, all systems go now. It's for the Amy Golden Slipper for 2002. There's the market on the screen. And for his graphic call,
The Lollies, 600 out, and before too long from Victory Vane. Snowland third, Yell fourth from Brief Embrace. A length for Toon, followed by Bellaspree, Callaway Gal, Chuckle off the track from Dama de Noche, and then Italian Adventure, Planchet, and Schwazier's on the extreme outside, well in the straight in the slipper. Here's Victory Vane pouncing on the roughie before too long. Snowland, Yell, Brief Embrace, and then Bellaspree, Callaway Gal, Chuckle, Planchet, and Schwazier. It's Victory Vane, the leader. Callaway Gal. Here's this man, Scott Seamer, on the Queenslander. Callaway Gal. She runs to Victory Vane, and she got there. What a magnificent win to Callaway Gal. Incher Planchet, and Schwarzy is on the extreme outside. Well in the straight in the slipper. Here's Victory Vane pouncing on the roughie before too long. Snowland, Yell, Brief Embrace, and then Bella Spree. Callaway Gal, Chuckle, Planchet, and Schwarzy. It's Victory Vane, the leader. Callaway Gal. Here's this man, Scott Seamer, on the Queenslander. Callaway Gal. She runs to Victory Vane, and she got there. What a magnificent win to Callaway Gal from Victory Vane, and it's a photo third, Planchet and Schwarzy. From Bella Spree, Yell, before too long, Brief Embrace. Pouncing on Victory Vane within the shadows of the post.
Saying that man, Richard. Saying that man, Richard. That man.
Scotty Seamer. Can you believe it? Can you believe that Scott Seamer could win it again? She's done.
What are you seeing as the hardest to beat?
Well, I mean, it depends on the speed of the race, you know. I mean, if they don't go.
Moving in, this is the AJC Derby, and sponsored by San Miguel. And punters on track think it's a two-horse race.
There and really
great side at the 950, and Valedict in front from My Tally. Carnegie Express 2.5 lengths then coming on the inside. Don Eduardo from Prince of War and Foxborough. Don Eduardo just heading to drop the bit of fraction there. 1.5 lengths to Pentastic, similar margin to Grey Song, and then comes Houston of Navy Blue next to last, and Other Warriors last, but in a lightning mood, Jimmy Cassidy's taken off on the favourite, and at the 600 a daring ride, and Carnegie Express races 3 My Tally and Valedict. Then Prince of War followed at the head of the others next by Pentastic, and then Don Eduardo, who's a long way back from Grey Song. Straightening up in the Derby, Carnegie Express 2.5 Valedict. Pentastic is running home solidly, then My Tally, and Don Eduardo is next, followed by Grey Song. Jimbo goes for the whip on Carnegie Express, likewise Preble on the Pentastic, and Don Eduardo, here he comes, the True Blood on the outside. Don Eduardo after Carnegie Express. Don Eduardo and Carnegie Express, and Don Eduardo wins the Derby. A great performance by this magnificent individual. Next by Pentastic, and then Don Eduardo, who's a long way back from Grey Song. Straightening up in the Derby, Carnegie Express 2.5 Valedict. Pentastic is running home solidly, then My Tally, and Don Eduardo is next, followed by Grey Song. Jimbo goes for the whip on Carnegie Express, likewise Preble on the Pentastic, and Don Eduardo, here he comes, the True Blood on the outside. Don Eduardo after Carnegie Express. Don Eduardo and Carnegie Express, and Don Eduardo wins the Derby. A great performance by this magnificent individual. Don Eduardo from Carnegie Express, Pentastic, and then Grey Song. Owners of about 3 million Australian, and he is well on the way to recouping that purchase price. Number 3.
He's had this plan for this horse, and what it means to this horse stud value-wise is just, you know, inexplicable. It's unfathomable what he's worth now.
Yep.
Worth of Don Eduardo now as a stadium prospect, some $20 million they're touting.
I don't know, Joe. It's certainly in excess of what was paid for him, a long way in excess, so he's looking like a good deal at the moment. But
after the Champions Mile, it's due in about 24 minutes from now. And here we go with the ratings. Sunline 1, a rating special ahead of
340. Sunline, I mean, why wouldn't you get on her? She's the champ.
Sunline, right, thank you, as our home audience joins us. Thanks, Graham. Sunline, the medium, of very heavy support here. Reservers last, Make Me a Miracle. 600 out, just under that in the Doncaster, coming to the corner. And Sunline, a length and a half, 2.5 Dash for Cash. A length in to Huge Demand, Hosanna Gordo. Then the Man Defier, followed by Hey Pronto. And Shogun Lodge has gone up on the inside as they top the rise. And the leader is the Great Sunline. She's a length on Dash for Cash, Huge Demand. Childs extending his break on Sunline. Randwick has erupted. Here's Defier and Shogun Lodge. Sunline is still in front. Shogun Lodge trying to get her. Sunline is hanging on. Shogun Lodge lunged. Sunline or Shogun Lodge. This is very, very close. Defier top the rise, and the leader is the Great Sunline. She's a length on Dash for Cash, Huge Demand. Childs extending his break on Sunline. Randwick has erupted. Here's Defier and Shogun Lodge. Sunline is still in front. Shogun Lodge trying to get her. Sunline is hanging on. Shogun Lodge lunged. Sunline or Shogun Lodge. This is very, very close. Defire third, and then El Mirada followed by Hey Pronto Dash. A ground shot which indicates the inside, and she's won it. She's got there, Sunline. $1 million, and she's won her second Doncaster handicap.
Did you think she found the lead fairly easily, Trevor?
Today, yeah. Well, it's a big weight.
I don't think I've ever seen this crowd is on its feet just cheering this champion mare back to scale. Perhaps the last time they'll see her.
Champion Sunline. The records that she established yesterday, only the second mare to win 2 Doncasters, the first mare for 70 years to carry 58 kilos. She sailed past $10 million. It was her 12th Group 1 win. She's bearing down on Kingston Town. The list goes...
Now, I've lost count of the number of Group 1s. It's 11, isn't it? Oh, there it is on your screen now. 11 Group 1 seconds to...
Might and Power, isn't she?
Well,
exactly the same racing style.
Yeah. I've got to say, I think, you know, you've got to give her more credit than him because she's done it for more seasons. And Mare's done...
So 2 riderless runners behind the 1,400 metres here at the moment. Victory Vane. Schwazier's gone into second posse. Snowland is back to third now, followed closely by Callaway Gal, and then comes Planchet on the outside. 2.5 then to smash around Athelnot, Due by Ice on the outside of Sadler Silk, and Takash in company with Victory Vane of the last pair. In the sires, they've got 600 to go, and Schwazier to the lead now. About 3/4 of a length on Snowland. 2 lengths Tom Carews, Callaway Gal, Planchet, and 2 further back Athelnot, and then smash Sadler Silk, Due by Ice, Victory Vane and Takash. Entering the stretch and up the rise they come. Again Snowland joining Schwazier, being pushed along. 1.5 lengths to Planchet. Victory Vane is joining in, and then Callaway Gal and Sadler Silk. But Schwazier broke clear at the 150. Schwazier in front. Here's Victory Vane, this magnificent little filly. Victory Vane raced away. She's going to make amends for a runners-up position in the slipper, and well done, Victory Vane. Victory Vane from a very tight finish. Schwazier and Planchet. Then Snowland with Smash. Callaway Gal, followed home then by Tack. Trained, as I say, by Bede Murray and Dan Beasley aboard. OK, as our radio...
From Tears Royal, then Sent Home and Weasel Will, 10, 6, 4 and 2. Market fancies look this way.
How's she going to back up after winning last Saturday's Doncaster in such awesome fashion?
She seems fine, Joe. You know, we're pretty happy with her through the week.
Maybe the last glimpse that we have here in Sydney of seeing the mighty mare. 100 and Moa Man out a length and 3/4 on Sunline, 2 lengths to Sent Home, then a gap to El Mirada, Tears Royal, Kingsgate, Oscar Weasel Will coming to the corner, and Moa Man is the leader. A length on Sunline, getting that wee bit closer now. 2.5 to Sent Home, at a length to Kingsgate, and then Tears Royal, but straightening up, and Sunline cantered to the lead, and down to the 250. Sunline accelerating here. She's answering every urge of her rider, Greg Child. What affinity between horse and rider. She's put 6-7 lengths. Kingsgate Sent Home. But here she is, Sunline. She now tops 11 million in winning her 13th Group 1. Sunline, we salute you. Second line, cantered to the lead, and down to the 250. Sunline accelerating here. She's answering every urge of her rider, Greg Childs. What affinity between horse and rider. She's put 6-7 lengths. Kingsgate Sent Home. But here she is, Sunline. She now tops 11 million in winning her 13th Group 1. Sunline, we salute you. Second home, Sent Home. Third, Dress Circle, and then Kingsgate. I feel so honoured to be in a position here in Sydney to watch and broadcast that mare.
This was definitely going to be her last race, and she was going to be retired. That's out the door now, you can guarantee that. Trevor said at the beginning of this campaign that she was stronger than she was last year, and that was hard to believe, but...
that she might be the best we've seen. I mean, you know, we're talking about, in more recent years, you know, Tulloch for me, Kingston Town.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you think what she's done...
Yeah, I think she's right up there with Kingston Town, and I never saw Tulloch, so Kingston Town was the best I'd ever seen. John, you've seen more good horses than I have. Where do you place her?
She's the best mare I've ever seen, by a furlong.
Yeah.
But, mate, she will never supplant Kingston Town in my scrapbook.
Fair enough.
Okay. Tappy, because she's now won 13 Group 1 races, only one short of Kingston Town. First horse in Australasia to top 11 million, but probably...
Ahead of Keys, a pickup ride for Darren Beedman, Vapor Trail and Damasceno. 1-4 for the time-honoured Group 1 HOC Australian Oaks. They're saying this is the best Oaks for several years. Head-to-head goes...
The 600 in the Oaks, and Damasceno, a length and a half to 2, Elegant Fashion pushed along. Third is Vapor Trail from Keys, Republic Lass is locked away. Then Periphery, Factional, followed at the head of the others by 60 seconds. Who's got 2 behind it? Pirouettes and Anytime Angel, homeward bound in the Oaks, and Damasceno, a length and a half clear. Keys on the outside is coming home with Elegant Fashion, and then Vapor Trail, followed by Republic Lass, and 60 seconds is a long way back. Keys hits the front. Here's Republic Lass. Oh, what a turn of foot. Republic Lass put pay to her rivals, and in one heck of a burst raced away from Elegant Fashion, and what a win to Republic Lass from Elegant Fashion. Photo third, Keys Damasceno in 60 seconds. Long way back, Keys hits the front. Here's Republic Lass. Oh, what a turn of foot. Republic Lass put pay to her rivals, and in one heck of a burst raced away from Elegant Fashion, and what a win to Republic Lass from Elegant Fashion. Photo third, Keys Damasceno in 60 seconds. And how good is this?
Guy Walter and Republic Lass has
Horse of Lodge, Defier is the other of those at $5.50. Of those over the page, Emission and Hey Pronto are both $20 plus the rest.
Riding Stetton McCarr from the end of this month. Off this time, Kingsgate 2.5 to Freemason, a couple of lengths to Hey Pronto, Steel Phoenix on its outside, 2 to Fire, a half a mission on the outer, 2 to Shogun Lodge, joined by Blanchard. This favourite's a long way back, Shogun Lodge, second last Final Fantasy, and Sailor Century is another 6 lengths away. Manor Hill comes down to the point of the corner, leading by more than a length on Sent Home. St. Therese third, Kingsgate is fourth, 2 or 3 lengths further back is Freemason, and then Shogun Lodge, he's over on the inside, he's got about 4 behind him as they top the rise and down to the 250. Manor Hill in front, a length Sent Home, Kingsgate. Shogun Lodge is back third last. A Mission, and down the outside Final Fantasy. Here's A Mission after Manor Hill. Forget Shogun Lodge. Freemason is battling on. Here's Freemason, A Mission, and Defier. Here's Defier after Freemason. Defier hits the front, and there's a well-deserved win. Defier and Nostril Freemason, third a Mish, 4 behind him as they top the rise and down to the 250. Manor Hill in front, a length Sent Home, Kingsgate. Shogun Lodge is back third last. A Mission, and down the outside Final Fantasy. Here's A Mission after Manor Hill. Forget Shogun Lodge. Freemason is battling on. Here's Freemason, A Mission, and Defier. Here's Defier after Freemason. Defier hits the front, and there's a well-deserved win. Defier and Nostril Freemason, third a Mission, I'd say, from on the inside Manor Hill. And then Sent Home, Hey Pronto, Kingsgate, followed by Blanchard. Good came Final Fantasy, St. Therese, Sailor Century, and Shogun Lodge has finished stone motherless last.
When Boss dismounts, so we'll get a report on what the problem may be. He's being led back at this stage by the clerk of the course. Glenn Boss has dismounted. It's 7-2-9.
He can win a weight for age level and run the 2000. It's great. Opens up a lot of possibilities for him.
Like the Cox Plate in the spring?
Cox Plate, I think. He'll spell now and get ready for the spring.
Exciting.
And he's had a pretty tough preparation, I think, with a spell. Trained for the Cox Plate. I reckon he'll be right in it.
Sir Kindle at Doomben is at 3.20. I Realise at 5.70. Glad Mac is at 5.10.
Nice race here, run in the dark after the long delay when the protest being. Then came in Singapore the Awesome Chance Storm Scene, and Sir Kindle, he's still out the back, he's last. On the turn, 450 metres to go. Lord Hobbit is first to the corner from Glad Mac. Glen Monarch out 3 deep from I Realise Westview, and further back Moringa's Monarch and Storm Scene. Sir Kindle's not in the race. Lord Hobbit led past the 300 from Glad Mac. I Realise is trying to get up on the fence from Glen Monarch, Cool to Honor Westview, and Sir Kindle, he's coming through from nowhere late. Sir Kindle, if he gets out, he'll be hard to beat. He's in the clear, Sir Kindle. I realise in the meantime, got to the lead. Sir Kindle's going home right over the top of him. What a win. Sir Kindle gets up to beat I realise. And Sir Kindle, he's still out the back. He's last. On the turn, 450 metres to go. Lord Hobbit is first to the corner from Gladmack. Glen Monarch out 3 deep from I Realise Westview. And further back, Moringa's Monarch and Storm Scene. Sir Kindle's not in the race. Lord Hobbit led past the 300 from Gladmack. I Realise is trying to get up on the fence from Glen Monarch. Cooldawanna Westview. And Sir Kindle, he's coming through from nowhere late. Sir Kindle, if he gets out, he'll be hard to beat. He's in the clear, Sir Kindle. I Realise in the meantime, got to the lead. Sir Kindle's going home right over the top of him. What a win. Sir Kindle gets up to beat I Realise in the Awesome Chance. Gladmack, it's run fourth. The next time in the race, Cooldawanna, Lord Hobbit,
Today it's a little bit difficult. Drawing the outside doesn't help, but he's really good and he's trialled very well in Sydney. So.
And good luck to you, Bob, with Corral Boy. Can you imagine all the people in New South Wales? Is it Taree? Taree, isn't it? Yep, up in the Manning River. You haven't been there. Have you been there?
Oh,
up in the Manning.
And there's two horses just walking around together, Crawl and Show a Heart. Crawl, the defending champion, and Show a Heart retiring after today. Gate Malagra misses wide. Scenic Peak getting a good run on the fence. Falvalon's back about 12th. The next is Maitland Gold from Super Impressive. Gab Fest, Susie Gray, Show a Heart, and Crawl is out the back last. 700 metres to go. King Lotto 1.5 to Libidinius inside. Princess Clang. Fuadi fourth, and then came Lord Essex on the inside from Diamond Dane. King's Gate is wide from Corral Boy. Make Mine Magic cluttered up. Perno went round them. Then came Scenic Peak. Falvalon's back about 10th and 11th, and Show a Heart's a long way from them. Cruel staying to the fence. King Lotto led past the 400 from Princess Clang. Fuadi on the outside. Libidinius, Kingsgate, Corral Boy. Perno was pulled to the outside, and Make My Magic's looking for a run, and Falvalon will have the last crack at them. Fuadi, Princess Clang and King Lotto. Make Mine Magic coming through. Kingsgate, look at Show a Heart. Show a Heart is coming from the tail with Falvalon. Show a Heart and Falvalon. Show a Heart, Falvalon, they hit the line. Show a Heart. Show a Heart beats Falvalon a nose in the Stradbroke. Third either Make Mine Magic or Kingsgate from Perno's. Was pulled to the outside, and Make Mine Magic's looking for a run, and Falvalon will have the last crack at them. Fuadi, Princess Clang and King Lotto. Make Mine Magic coming through. Kingsgate, look at Show a Heart. Show a Heart is coming from the tail with Falvalon. Show a Heart and Falvalon. Show a Heart, Falvalon, they hit the line. Show a Heart. Show a Heart beats Falvalon a nose in the Stradbroke. Third either Make Mine Magic or Kingsgate from Perno's. Susie Gray, Super Impressive, Corral Boy. Fuadi, Scenic Peak and Princess Clang. Malagra Miss and Diamond Dut. Well, he's out on a note that is deserving of this horse. Let me tell you, he's come from second last.
They're cheering with you, Barry. What a wave to go out. The crowd love this horse. You love the horse. I'm going to let you go, mate, and I'll have a chat to you later on when you get your voice back, OK?
Courageous win today, and he's a lovely type of horse, lovely placid, sound horse, and of course Falvalon. Two great assets now for Queensland racing.
He's only won 6 races, but 4 were Group 1s.
4 Group 1s, yeah.
What a wave to go out. The crowd love this horse. You love the horse. I'm going to let you go, mate, and I'll have a chat to you later on when you get your voice back, OK?
Courageous win today, and he's a lovely type of horse, lovely placid, sound horse, and of course Falvalon. Two great assets now for Queensland racing.
He's only won 6 races, but 4 were Group 1s.
4 Group 1s, yeah.